Good morning everyone, my name is Christian and welcome to Good Morning Forex. So today I'm going to talk to you about how you exit your trade. You should already know how to enter the trade if you watched my previous video. If you haven't already, go watch it and then come back to this one. So the big question is, when do you actually exit your trade? And I think you should really know this before you even enter the trade. Else you're just going in blind without a plan. And remember that there's no profit before you actually exit the trade. If, for example, you win a trade and the market suddenly moves against you, you could end up losing money instead of a trade where if you had an exit strategy, you could have earned a good profit. So some people might just have the idea that, okay, I'm just gonna let the trade run until the market starts moving my way again and then exit. And some people might even think that, okay, I can just set a certain amount, maybe like $100, and then I'll get out. I think that both these ways are quite undisciplined and have very poor risk management, which is really important to have this in your trading plan, and you will end up being very unprofitable if you continue this way. This way I'm going to show you is very straightforward. You'll be able to do the same thing every time, so it's very consistent. And besides from this, I will also show you a very great indicator that I use every day for every single of my trades. And I think it can be very good for you trading as well if you give it a chance. Besides from that, if you want to keep up with my latest content, I suggest you click the subscribe button and the bell for notifications down under the video. Then we're ready to go.
Good morning Forex.
So if you pull up your chart, we're gonna go into the indicators folder here, and I'm gonna use the indicator I did for the last video. It was the Spearman. Let's see here, Spearman rank correlation. Just gonna change the color here to a more visible one. And we're going to use this for the entry again. Then we're going to use something called Heikin Ashi exit. I like this one better. You can also get the Heikin Ashi, but you can't really do any settings there. This one we can change the input if we want. But I'm just going to use the defaults for now, just for the presentation. Then let's just change the bars here. It's kind of hard to see Heikin Ashi when it's drawing on top of it. Just change it to a line chart here. Much easier to see. So basically, let's go from right here. So we have this one, the Spearman telling you to go short here. As you see, it's passing down on the zero line. Then Heikin Ashi is actually saying that it's an uptrend right now, so normally not do a trade if they are disagreeing with each other, these two indicators. So we can move on to here where it's passing up through the zero line, saying it's going long. So basically we just follow the price here until the Heikin Ashi changes color, which it does over here, and then we exit here. Obviously a loss. Then we just move on here. The next time it passed down through the zero line, the rank correlation, and the Heikin Ashi is also telling this is short. We do the same thing until it changes color here to green and exit, and we get a win. Just keep doing that. Pass through the zero line again, telling you short, change its color right here, and exit. As simple as that. Obviously it's not working that well right now because you're just using the default settings, and you might try different combinations. But also I think Heikin Ashi is great to start out with. Then you can do the optimal setting for it, and then you can test other indicators against it and find something better eventually. I do recommend you find something better than this if you are trading seriously, but basically this is how you do it. But when we're talking about exiting trade, you should also know about your stop loss and where to set it. So a stop loss, if you don't know, it's a price where you want to exit your trade no matter what. It's kind of like a safety net. So you would say, you're saying here, for example, you want to go long. Price moves up a bit, but hammers down from there. You don't want to take this big loss. When if you had set in your stop loss, you could maybe only take this small loss. So the question is just, where do you decide, how do you decide where to put your stop loss? You can get the indicator called ATR, just drag it onto your chart. I recommend setting 14 periods. Basically it's just it's calculating over the past 14 days. But I actually prefer to use this called ATR in pips. Just drag this indicator on top of the chart. Let's just set the 14 periods like the other one multiplier. Then you will see the indicator up here. It says ATR 14 period, 75 pips. So that is actually all the way to the. So that's actually all the way here to the start. It's saying the recent pip amount. But if you want to backtest and check out how many pips is right here, for example, you can just click here, data window, open it up. So wherever you hover over, you will see the ATR here and how many pips. So if you want to enter a trade right here, you can see it says 117. So the way I set my stop loss is I take the amount from the ATR 117 and multiply it by 1.5. That is my stop loss. So I just round it up to 176. And just measure here, 176 around here. So let's take this line here, where was it? Right here, I guess. So for my take profit, I would just take the value of the ATR, which is 117, and should be around, around there. Then let's just, for visual sake, in line. So what I would do if my trade, if it didn't hit stop loss as it did right here, and went up and took profit right here, I would not close the entire trade. I would only take half of the trade off, and once I've done that, I would take this stop loss, let's see if I can grab it, and move it up to the price where I entered. Then I already have the profit, and if eventually the price went and moved down to my stop loss, I would still have gained a profit from it. But now I also have the opportunity of price moving up and the possibility of earning even more. Then I would just wait for my exit indicator to tell me when to exit, or the price could move to the stop loss. So if you just keep looking for indicators and testing them out, eventually you will find something good, and you can fiddle with the settings a bit. This way you can just test back in time and check how well it's doing, since it's very straightforward and quite easy to understand. You're basically doing the same thing every time, but anyway, you can also use other indicators than indicators that are drawn on the chart like this. Let's just delete it again here. You can also use your entry indicator, like Spearman rank correlation here, So for example, you enter trade right here, and whenever the line passes down through the 0 line again, you exit. Simple as that. Same here, enter, goes down through the 0 line right here, you exit. Enter, pass through here, and exit. Simple. You can also use other indicators, other types, like the, let's find it here, Aroon Up and Down. Let's do the false again. Oh, so you're going for a short right here, but it's actually disagreeing this one, so might not be a good trade. We move on. Here it says long. The Aroon Up or Down agrees. And right here it says to exit the trade. Whenever you see the red line pass up through the blue line, that means short, but as we're using it as an exit indicator, it means that price is starting to move the other direction, so we would exit here. Well, I hope you learned something from this and might be able to take some of it and use it in your own trading. If you have any questions, or if there's something you want me to talk about in my next video, you can go down the comment section and talk to me there. Also, remember to hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications, then you will be able to keep up with my latest content. See you next time.